moisture. But hi, my name is Adwoa. I am the founder of MoistureLover Afro Care in Australia. We can be found at 2 locations in Melbourne, at Afro Trends in Preston and at Afro Hub in North Carlton. And we're also online, MoistureLoverHair.com. And it's all for you. It's all for whoever has hair that grows out of their scalp in a coily or curly hair or even wavy state. Afro hair is a lifestyle and not a trend. So till death do we part. This is me. And whoever also has coily or curly hair growing out of their scalp as a default state is a natural girl waiting to happen. So when you're ready and tired of running from week to week, just so you know, we're here for you. So the look and care of Afro hair is the reason why people run from it and want to hide it. But it's just needs different ways of being cared for rather than being pushed into the too hard or unacceptable basket. So for instance, when it's time to wash, you need plenty of time. You can't rush it. It's what I call the seatbelt principle. When you're separating this hair, if you do it quickly, it locks and it just knots at the ends. So you want to be able to just do it gently, and you need to make sure it's moist. You spritz it with some water or conditioner before you start handling it. And when you're washing, you want to section it. You want to clip the ends so that it's out of the way and not likely to tangle. And this is the motion you use to wash it. Keep it all in straight lines. Keep it all in straight lines. You don't want to be going around like this and mushing it all together and just tangling everything. No. We keep everything straight. So MoistureLover Hair is obsessed with coily and curly hair types. So we choose ingredients that those hair types love. So we're talking shea butter, we're talking apple cider vinegar, conditioning rose water, and thicker oils like castor oil. So with the natural hair care lifestyle, the wash step is critical. That's where everything is set up for you to either hate or enjoy the lifestyle. And the wash step, you want to keep as much of your moisture as possible. That's why we say ditch the sulfate harsh detergents and instead use very gentle cleansers. So the plantain and shea butter based African black soap is where you want to be heading. Also, don't forget, for most weeks, you can actually just use a conditioner to wash your hair. Because I tell you what, it's the motion that is going to get your hair really clean. If your hair is longer than a teeny weeny afro, you really want to section it up. And that's what I've done here. Section it off into 4 sections is usually what I do. And this is how you're going to wash it. It's all about the motion and it's all about keeping the vertical lines. So I just go in and I give my hair a good scrub. Well, the scalp is what you give a good scrub. And I'm just using the pads of my fingers rather than the tips of my fingers or my nails to scratch it. So you're just using the palms and you're just moving in the vertical motion. When it's time to rinse, you're keeping everything vertical and clean, and then you're just letting the water just wash and just rinsing out all that dirt. And then you want to follow up with that palm sized conditioner that I told you about. So you're going to go through and just feel. That's the amount that a curly girl needs to have. And so you get the palm sized amount and you're just working it. This is going to be distributed all through the hair. We're concentrating on the ends, and you're just going to trickle rinse it. Or if it's a leave-in conditioner like the ones that we make, then you're just going to leave all that in there. And it's got apple cider vinegar to return your hair to a lovely pH. And with all that conditioner in your hair, you're going to get great manageability. And what you want to do with the drying, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you typically would dry. So we have our regular towels, we have a microfiber, or we have a t-shirt. Now the towel, if we have a close look, has quite a bit of texture in it. It's cotton, it's really good at drying out that moisture, but because of the texture, I can actually just keep your hair really ruffled and dry. So we're going to ditch that. The microfiber, if you have a look, is nice and smooth, so you can use that to dry. Or like I said, an old t-shirt is the way to, another way that you can do it. So I'm using the microfiber, and this is the way you're going to do. You're just going to dab at it to get rid of the excess water. That's all we want to do. Just dab, dab, dab. No rubbing, never any rubbing, just dabbing at it. And then the final step, of course, you're going to detangle your hair just with the conditioner in it. You're going to just use your hands to just detangle thoroughly. And we focus always on the ends. We start from the ends and just work our way up. So you are washed with a gentle cleanser or even just conditioner, and you have dried it with your microfiber or your t-shirt, and then you've added your conditioner into it, and you've put a good amount of conditioner and finger detangled it. You don't need any combs or brushes, just finger detangled it. And then you're going to now seal all that in. If you have very coily hair or curly hair, with your shea butter mix, or with, like I said, I prefer to actually use a thicker oil to begin with, because with the butter mixes you actually have to go and melt it in your hand to use. So why not just use a thicker oil that saves you the step of melting in your hand. So use castor oil, sealing castor oil that can be peppermint or vanilla scented, and then we just work that into our hair. Now what I like to do, so the length of my hair is actually around here, but if I let it dry on its own, it can shrink right up to my chin, and of course with the shrinking comes the possibility of tangling. So I don't allow that. I always twist or braid the hair and allow it to dry in that state. So like that, the whole hair will be twisted like that, and then allow it to dry. So that allows me to have some elongation as well as preventing tangling. So if you care for your hair consistently in this way, you stop shampooing it with harsh sulfates, and you use a lot more conditioner than you've been using, and leave it in your hair, and you just dab at the hair to get rid of the excess oil. You're not rubbing it when you're drying it. You're using a t-shirt, not a towel, and you're sealing in all that moisture with thicker oils if your hair loves it, like castor oil or your shea butter mixes, which are brilliant for sealing in moisture. There's a good chance that you're going to start loving your hair, because you're going to start to see the real texture. But if you don't at first love your hair, you don't immediately love what you're seeing, that's okay, because you've got a lifetime to get used to it and to care for it.